Good morning, collective. I'm back for another reading. I've already pulled a couple of cards here. I was just going to do a reading, but then I thought I'd share, or I need to share. So, okay, first card we've got Return to Country, and we've got challenges along the way. We have a windfall, and that there is that. See, that's a node, crystalline grid node, and that's a windfall also with the sword of truth, Archangel Michael's sword of truth there. So the windfall is in the truth, and then we have the journey. To me, that's like the journey to enlightenment, the truth, and the path. Over water, we've got this is a journey to enlightenment, to like the ascended. Here we have a sword of truth. We have a body of water. So the journey is crossing water. There's an island with a gateway or a portal to the higher realms. So the journey is a spiritual journey, is needed for ascension, to bring balance to the illusions. There is a responsibility in this, but also adventure and relaxation in leadership, using creativity. But there's sadness behind it. So there's a need for inner harmony. So to become balanced, we need to ascend on this spiritual journey. Or, like the collective does, or the collective have been doing that. They're the leaders in this journey to ascend the bigger collective. This is about raising the vibration of all. All right. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, okay. Lovers just dropped out on me, so there's a partnership. Return to country. The footsteps after being left out in the cold with broke. So this is the journey, and returning to country is like after like hitting rock bottom pretty much, and all being casted out. Cast it out, and this is the challenge. This is the spiritual journey, the challenge, the journey, returning to country to begin with. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. So where's this taking us, Spirit? So yes, so this is after, like the challenges, the so what I'm getting is this is like an opposition. The opposition have folded, or they've turned, or they're like. To me, this is like the organization, or the institution is needing to return to country. So the institution is actually questioning itself. The spiritual institutions. Page of Wands, the messenger. Return to country, the collective messengers. Return to country. Ooh, yeah. To get out of this bondage of the... This is the bondage of the corrupted system. This is the corrupted institutions. So the need to go to country is to like clear that energy, you know, like starting from scratch, reassessing everything that one believed or believes needs to be pulled down and reassessed, scrutinized. Everything about these institutions that have been holding the power. That's, yep. So there's three of wands. That's the paths. That's stopping and looking at the paths taken. Expectations. I'm getting expectations from that as well. Oh shit, I just got really hot, babe. Okay, the challenges here, Spirit. The challenges. We have a Queen of Swords. This is an authority. This is the challenges for the authority. This could be Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. And I'm really getting that with this, the colours on this challenges card here with the blues. There's a coldness, but inside there's a warm heart. So I'm getting like a cold exterior here, but on the inside there's this warmth. From the Queen of Swords. Seven of Swords in reverse. I'll just check that's in reverse. Oop. It's kind of coming out sideways. It came out sideways to begin with. Okay, and it landed on the Six of Wands in reverse. So I'm going to take that sideways. And this is the challenges. These are like misunderstood deceptions, misconstrued conceptions, challenges. I'll put that at the bottom here. It's almost like love, hate, like there's a love, hate here. like a yes and no challenge for somebody. Like somebody's like yes but no, yes but no, and it's a little bit like this cold and warm, hot and cold. I'm getting from the challenges card, hot and cold energy. Yes and no. Bottom of the card, look, devil. In a partnership. Chariot in reverse. Nine of Cups in reverse. Yeah, this is no more partnerships, no more resources for this devil energy. And so this is, yeah, so this is like, you know, like there's been a halt put to the, and this is the binding put to the institutions that are in reverse. The old institutions. What else we got here for challenges? Spirit. 10 of Cups, wish fulfillment. So challenges and wish fulfillment. So this is, yeah, this is like the hot and cold with the, this is, could be about family. I'm seeing the Holy Spirit up here with that little bird. I always see the little bird, the little yellow bird I always see as the Holy Spirit. There's a guide for this family, or this couple. There's two couples here. There's two couples here. It's indecisiveness. Indecisiveness, excuse me, indecisiveness about what to invest in. Two of Pentacles in reverse and the Nine of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it's the investments of resources. What to invest in, like, and this is like the indecisiveness of the institutions, because now they're kind of lost. They're kind of lost. Bound. Yeah, confused. Windfall. What is the windfall here? With this, ooh, the windfall. We've got a windfall in the brokenness. It's Three of Swords. How's that a windfall? Battle. Devil energy at the bottom again, and the Two of Cups again. Five of Cups. Oh, Five of Wands. I said Five of Cups. So there is a regretfulness here about this battle. Five of Wands. Five of Wands. And we've got the Seven of Wands. Healing, realignment, boundaries. Hermit in reverse. So this is the Coven, because this is the Hermit in reverse, and we've got the Truth here with the Cups. So the battle is the truth. So these organisations are battling with the truth. about pentacles. About, it seems to be a battle of love and money, you know, like material wealth. Well, I need to go within about this. What's here? 7 of Wands. Yeah, so it's like a defensiveness. Yeah, truth. Yeah, it's the defensiveness, the battle between love and material gain. Love of material wealth. That's the challenge. That's the truth, and I keep, it's just the sword of truth here like 3 times. Ace of Swords here. Ace of Swords here. We have windfall here. I'm feeling that, and there's the Ace of Swords there. I mean, yeah, the swords. The sword of truth. So the windfall is the acceptance of the truth for these institutions that are bound to material wealth. Bound to the material. Queen of Wands at the bottom of the deck. I hope you can hear me all right. Ace of Cups. 3 of Wands. This is waiting for ships coming in, waiting. 5 of Cups. There's no regret there. So this Queen of Wands is frugal. There's a tower here in reverse. The Emperor. The Empress. Tower in reverse. And we've got the Sun. There's no regret in the journey. It's not. It's like burning candle I can smell, but I'm not burning any candles. Yeah, this is like the collective, right? The collective's journey, like the Empress here, going through the tower of, you know, like, I don't know how you say it, frugality? Is that a word? You know, having to be frugal, exposing this, but there's no regret in that. Wow, I can smell that really strong now, that burning of the candle. Yeah, and waiting for the ships to come in with love, right? It's with the Ace of Cups. So this is the collective, you know, like operating in love space, and that faith, you know, like operating out of faith and love for the divine, for guidance, and not being pulled into this entrapment with the institutions, because that's a prison there, and that's tied to the material, that's tied to, you know, earthly things, because this is all about ascension, right? This is about ascending into the spiritual realms, across water, truth, emotion, the island, the portal to the higher realms. The enlightened. What else do we have here, Spirit? Ooh. Yeah, which brings stability all on its own. This is the gift from God. This is the gifts. Because of that traveling in faith, you know, that you know, like, yeah, like going in faith. You know, like for myself, you know, my journey, spiritual journey, it's been going a long time, but the last section of the journey, I was cast out with nothing, no money, nothing, with only relying on, getting emotional now, spirit, you know, like not having any assistance or help from anyone, but only prayer. This is where it's got me, you know, like, and having that trust that I will be provided for has brought abundance in the spiritual sense, but also has brought me comfortability, you know, stability, you know, independence, sovereignty, and that's the gift that came with the faith. By going through the battle and the heartbreak here that we've got, and this is the windfall. Thank you, Spirit. This is the windfall from this. So this is sort of like, you know, like having the heart cut up was a windfall, because that's where the lessons are learnt, right? And, you know, like it was a lesson to learn the boundaries as well. You know, to, you know, like, you know, to get into alignment and know when to put the, you know, like when to have boundaries. And the battle here was, the battle here is a spiritual battle to keep the faith and the boundaries against, yeah, the boundaries against, you know, like those that came against, for me personally, it came against me for just being who I am. Like, this has been my journey, and this will be a lot of the collective journey as well. A lot of battles, and a lot of people coming up against it, and that's the windfall. Was actually and the challenge. You know, like the challenge was returning to country, and that returning to country is like, you know, like going right back to basics. You know, like everything taken away, and everyone, all support, apart from spirit, right? But yeah, leaving the institution in reverse, that bondage in the institutions, in the coven units, you know, like the community, the family, the organisations, the, you know, support systems, anything like that. Families got here. So any groups, you know, that did this or worked to do that. So this is the journey. Wow. To bring the truth. Bring the truth about all of it. In the spirit. This is a spiritual journey right here. And here now it has brought this gifts. Stronger gifts from God. Yeah, look. And the Six of Cups, this is nostalgia. And we've got the Knight of Cups in reverse. And then we've got like the Ten of Pentacles there. This is the past. Yeah, the past with the Five of Swords in, and yep. So this is the investment that the groups, covens, families, the investment that they put into this Five of Swords, the death, or you can call that the healing. So the death is the healing as well, right? With no, I was going to say reciprocity, but I'm not even sure. Is that right? What is reciprocity? That was the word that came to me from the organisation, the group, the family, whatever that is for the collective. No reciprocity. Okay, Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so now we've got the Five of Swords again. It's just returned. So this is still going on in the background here from these institutions or these groups of people. Are still invested in this jealousy and hatred and pointing the finger and you know, like so this is still current because you know they're still invested in trying to keep the collective in the Five of Pentacles. This is still going on in the background. Right, Pentacles, yeah. Watch and spy and... Yeah, look, they're still trying to bring the collective down and make homeless, disrupt the stability, when the collective are just there minding their own business, doing their own thing. We've got a King of Swords here. Could be an Aquarius, could be a Gemini or a Libra. Still fighting, still wanting to stab, cut up the heart and slice it up and feed it to their demon gods or whatever. Because that's what, you know, like some of these institutions, right, and these people that are in the institutions, and covens, I'll call them, cults, are hell-bent on keeping people suppressed. And if they don't follow along with their ideals of what they believe life should be, kept in a lack mindset and slavery ideal, you know, they're faithless. They have no faith because they still keep working for the institutions. The institutions are not of God. They're institutions made to suppress people and keep them lowly and keep them working for the industries that aren't in alignment with God's law. But they're egotistical and arrogant and proud because they cannot admit to maybe interpreting things wrong. They only take a little small piece of something to persecute somebody. Individuals, those that work independently, they're arrogant and egotistical, and they are proud. Now just let me have a look here, because I was reading this morning, and this just brings this up. Hang on, I need my glasses, so I got a little bit in here. Let me see here. Okay, Ezra reads and explains the law, right? Where was it? No, that wasn't it. Just bear with me for a minute. Damn. I should have outlined it before. Oh, okay. So this is about, hang on. The people confess their sins, right? And this is after Ezra reads and explains the law. And so, you made shown to them your holy Sabbath, hang on, and command them statutes and laws by the hand of Moses your servant. You gave them bread from heaven for their hunger, and brought them water out of the rock for their thirst, and told them to go in to possess the land which you had sworn to give them. See, this is having faith. This is actually, like having faith that it is actually going to be provided for, which it was. But we've got those that had been corrupted in the institutions. It goes on to say, but they, our fathers, acted proudly, hardened their necks, and did not heed your commandments. They refused to obey, and they were not mindful to your wonders. See, they didn't have faith. They weren't. They had no faith. They hoarded and all that. Hoarded the resources, and that's not having faith. If you let things go and let things, let God provide, it just comes, right? It says, and they were not mindful of your wonders that you did among them, but they hardened their necks. And in their rebellion, they appointed a leader to return to their bondage. Look, return to the bondage, right? That's working for the man, not God. That's working for the man. Bondage, slavery. But you are God, ready to pardon, gracious and merciful, slow to anger, abundant in kindness, and did not forsake them, even when they made a mould calf of themselves and said, "This is your God." So the institution is like the calf, right? They brought you up out of Egypt and worked great provocations. Yet in your manifold mercies you did not forsake them in the wilderness. The pillar, see, that's it, right? Like, God's always provided, you know, as long as you have faith. But these hoarders, these institutions that feel like they have to come together and, persecute others that are standing alone with God, right? Like proud and jealous, and because they want to be the authority, you know? The pillar of the cloud did not depart from them by day to lead them on the road, nor the pillar of fire by night to show them light and the way they should go. You also gave your good spirit to instruct them and did not withhold your manna from their mouth. See, God always provides, right? And gave them water for their thirst. 40 years you sustained them in the wilderness. They lacked nothing. Their clothes did not wear out, and their feet did not swell. Moreover, you gave them kingdoms and nations, and divided them into districts, so that they took possession of the land of Sihon, the land of the king of Heshbon, and the land of Og, king of Bashan. You also multiplied their children as their stars of heaven, and brought them into the land which you had told their fathers to go in and possess. So the people went in and possessed the land. You subdued before them the inhabitants of the land. Anyway, I won't go on any more of that. And gave them into their hands with their kings and the people of the land, that they might do with them as they wish. They took strong cities and rich land, and possessed houses full of goods, cisterns already dug, vineyards, olive groves, fruit trees in abundance. So they ate and were filled and grew fat, and delighted themselves in your great goodness. Nevertheless, they were disobedient. So you have to get all that, and they rebelled against you. Cast your law behind their backs, and killed your prophets who testified against them, to turn them to yourself. See? That's like getting arrogant and saying, "I know best." And they work great provocations. Therefore, you delivered them into the hands of their enemies, who oppressed them. And in the time of their trouble, when they cried to you, you heard from heaven, and according to your abundant mercies, you gave them deliverers who saved them from the hand of their enemies. But see, this is what this is, right? Look, again. But after they had rested, they again did evil before you. Therefore you left them in the hand of their enemies, so that they had dominion over them. So this is the institutions and organizations that have dominion over the people to actually work for them, and slaves, as slaves, having to work for the man. And so, and then persecute those that are sovereign and only work with the Holy Spirit and God. Well, God, right? Oh. So, anyway, let's, we'll just do, there's some on the Ace of Pentacles here. This is been provided for by the Holy Spirit. Ace of Wands, it's a new beginning. This is a new beginning after being left out in the cold. And this is the Empress with the messages. And here's the King of Wands. Yeah, the King of Wands. And the Magician in reverse. This is the black magic. This is doing spell work. This is talking bad on someone. This is wishing ill will. This is getting a congregation together and praying against others, individuals, because they're arrogant. This King of Wands is arrogant, fucker. Pulling people together to do black magic. Black magic is talking badly, ill will, preying on someone else's downfall. You're meant to hand it over to God. You're not meant to pray or, you know, like, pray death or destruction or homelessness or, all those wishing of failures and all that sort of stuff. You're supposed to actually go within and be guided and allow God to take the reins. Because God, if somebody is doing wrong by others, there's the sin right there. But if somebody is just standing alone, not projecting negativity towards anyone else, just talking with God as an individual, that's not projecting at anyone. That's actually going within. So those that come together in groups and covens and cults, any kind of groups, come together, they don't alchemize, they don't, see this is, now if this is the Magician in the upright with the King of Wands, this King of Wands would be, like alchemizing, working, co-creating with God for creativity and productivity, being productive and growth and, positive prayers for people that may be struggling. It becomes, so alchemy is like co-creating, that's being creative, so that's creating. But when the Magician is in the reverse, that's destructive. So this is if your prayers are then projecting wickedness to someone else because of your limiting beliefs of how someone should create with God, because your mind is only small on how you interpret things. So, but that's not looking at yourself. That's not actually being accountable for your actions. That's projecting on others negativity, and that is spell work. If you're wishing bad things to happen to somebody because you believe they don't believe correctly or something like that, then so then the wrath of God's going to actually come back on you. That will be turned around. And so because this person has done this, right, because it came out this way, right, the collective who have just been keeping to themselves, sovereign, and just manifesting good things for the collective, and being a co-creator with God, right? Working with God to abundance. That's when God actually provides, and this is what's going on here. So the collective are on a new path, path to receiving blessings from God. But you see, that King of Wands there has got it all ass about. He thinks to be able to create sovereign without having to be in a organisation, in a institution, because they want to be powerful in that, and they believe anybody standing alone is of demonic possession. But it's not showing that, because God is, because of the faith of the individual in their sovereign authenticity and faith, is being rewarded here with a new path and stability of, like abundance, being provided for, having enough, being given to, being provided for, successful in business, successful in whatever creative endeavour the collective are, doing. As long as that's in alignment with, being in alignment with God's will. Which is a righteous path. It's balanced. So we're seeing past the illusions. And there's responsibility in this. And also adventure. But the rewards are relaxing in leadership and creativity. Leadership in creativity. We can relax in that. We don't have to be stressed out, running around chasing after the man to give us our money. That's demonic. Working for entities that are reaping what God has provided us, with greed and, that binding of resources to keep for themselves. Because they're greedy pricks. And they want to hoard and keep everything for them. So anyway, that's all I have for you. We'll just get a message here. From the Holy Ancestors. Holy Ancestors and Spirit. Holy Spirit. The Holy Spirits. Daring. So it says here, find your voice and use it nice and loud. Even if it makes you feel uncomfortable. If you don't use it now, nothing will change. What else we got here, Spirit? What else we got, Holy Spirit? Discretion. Friendships are fantastic when there is equality in the relationship. Maybe it's time to undertake a quick audit of your friendships to ensure that you are reciprocal. So I'm seeing that as you know, the friendships being that of, you know, like the groups. You know, like, are you just working your ass off for the man? This is how I'm reading this. Is it reciprocal? Is it balanced? You know, is it balanced? What you're receiving and what the friend is receiving, or the organisation, your friends. Are you over-giving or under-giving? Okay, one more, Spirit, one more. I've got two. Strength. You need to stand up and have an opinion, because in this case, yours is the only one that counts. The decision you have long-term effects on your future. So, assuredness. It's time to challenge the situation and say this is not good enough, and it's not, right? The system that the system and the powers that be, they are, you know, it's not good enough. It's time for the challenge. Stand tall and take a stand. It's time to show the world just how damn tough you are. There you go, collective. That's the messages. So be assured that you're on the right path, and path to sovereignty and independently co-creating with God. And stand up for that. Stand up for that. It's time to get back to country. So this is that's the message. Walk the path. Walk the talk. Walk the talk. Don't just talk about it. You need to actually be out there doing it. Okay, so I'm going to have my cup of tea now, and I'm going to go and do some painting. Be creative and co-create with my gifts given to me, my gifts given to me by God, because of my loyalty. Okay, so okay, I'll see you in the next read, and thank you for being here. Please like, share and subscribe. I do have a donation link in the main page, and I'll put one in the description box later on. Yeah, that would be really, that's very helpful. And I also give my greatest thanks to those people who have donated, and I am very, very grateful and feel very, very blessed for your likes, shares and subscribes as well, and comments. You know, I've been getting some lovely comments from people, and yeah, I'll leave it at that. So I'll see you in the next one. Bye.